All right, so I'm gonna be dumping in my wax mixture into this guy. I made it off camera because I've already showed this a few times on my video, on my channel, so there's no need to show you guys how I made it. It does work really well, so if you are interested in what it looks like, just Google Legendary Smoke Mix or YouTube and then on my channel and you'll see it. It works extremely well. So I already got this nice mixture going here. I'm just mixing it up so it'll cool off just a little bit. It's starting to get to that point where I can feel it getting like a gravy or something. So that's what you want. You don't want to pour it in when it's too wet. It's suspended in wax, so the potassium nitrate and sugar don't actually dissolve. It just gets suspended in the wax. So there's no way to mix them together to where it just turns into one mixture. So that's why a lot of times when you make this type of smoke, you'll notice that the wax will settle on the top. And that's just because of the way the mixture works. It doesn't mix together. But I pretty much just did a plaster of Paris center, and then I wrapped it with some craft tape. And then all it is potassium nitrate, table sugar, and some wax, paraffin wax, you know, just whatever. So pretty much 200 grams, and that's what you get. It's not a lot, so I'm gonna mix it up just to kind of get the mixture going. But yeah, that's 200 grams. So it's about right there. Yeah, it makes it really good to pour. If it gets too cold, it's gonna start to clump, and then when you pour it, it's gonna start to, you know, get stuck or whatever, and you don't want to do that because then you're not gonna pour it right. So show you guys how I pour it again. This here will be the last amount. So you can kind of see that the wax is starting to separate just a little bit. It's fine. I'm gonna move it, but all right. So I made two of these. These are my tubes that I just bought for my smoke mix. This is wood on the bottom. I actually just took a square piece of wood, which is like this, and I traced the circle. I cut it out with a jigsaw, and then I used the Dremel to sand it and make it straight. And then I used a little bit of craft paper tape and let it cure overnight, so it's real nice and tight. This here is my green smoke mix. I made 100 grams, and it should take a whole 100 grams in this thing to fill it up. So I'm going to fill it up real quick, and then I'm going to be showing you guys what it looks like. I'm also making another wax one in this size. I have another tube that I've already prepared, and then I'm going to fill that one up, and then I've already made a vent cap for it. So same process, and I just drilled a hole in it. That way it'll actually vent off and create that pressurized smoke, which looks really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this one, and then I'll get back to you guys and show you what it looks like. And like I was saying, it definitely took the full 100 grams. So I'm gonna make 100 grams legendary smoke mix on the other one, and then that's it. So you can see there, it took the full 100 grams. And this is filled up all the top. So I'm going to put some black powder in there, some granules, and then I'm going to use that to prime it and then get it to spark. I'm going to put the lid on it, hot glue it, put some craft paper tape over it, put a fuse in it, and it should be good to go. So here's the big one I made. It's got some black powder in there to help it prime it up. Let's see how much it weighs. It weighs 844 grams, 29.8 ounces, and that equates to 1 pound and 13 ounces, so almost 2 pounds. And that is also taken into account the plaster of Paris, but I didn't use that much of it. So the tube itself is relatively thin, so that didn't weigh that much. But like I said, I put in about 600 grams worth of comp in here, so you can see that 600 grams is over a pound. So I have over a pound of smoke mix in there, which is a lot. I've never made one. So then I know it looks weird, the shape of this thing, but I traced it out to match the rim of this thing because it's not perfectly circled. So I went ahead and made some measurements, and then drilled it out the center. So I cut these out as well, and these are the smaller ones that will be going on this guy here, like that. Well, all right, and just like that, they are done. Got my, this one's the colored smoke. I can see the colored powder there. Got my ring on there, or the disc. Same here. I'll have a sparkler out through this one because this one is the legendary smoke. You can see the wax right there on the side that's spilled out a little bit. And this one's the big one that I'm going to try out. I have some fuse, but I don't want to run out because it's so hard to find fuse normally. So I'm just going to get a sparkler like this and then just dump it in there. And then should light it up. If not, I'll just dump some black powder in there, light it or something. But I'll probably end up taking some fuse just in case. But yeah, like I said, just stay tuned for the video for the demo itself. I'm gonna be lighting these off probably tomorrow. I'm excited to know how these two are gonna work because I have another 8 tubes like this, and the reason why I used hot glue and some tape is so I can reuse them. The tubes are pretty thick, so the hot glue will get heated up and that can remove the disc. Sometimes people will use like silicone or adhesive and it stays like that, Gorilla Glue. But like I said, I want to reuse them just because it's just smoke, so it's not gonna damage the interior so much. You can only get so many uses out of them though, besides burning a couple layers. That's the one thing. So I'm gonna do that. This one will probably burn through because it's so thin, but we'll see how that goes. Just, if you have any comments or anything you want to say about it, let me know. Maybe something I did that could be done better. That way I can kind of learn from the situation. But yeah, just stay tuned for the demo, and I will be shooting these pretty soon. And appreciate y'all for watching, and until the next video.